I would say that for women over the age of 25, the most important decision they can make about their lives is that they're going to commit themselves to get some kind of post-high school diploma education, whether it's a certificate program or a bachelor's degree or a typing class, some kind of professional education, because it is my very, very strong belief that no matter how wonderful a young man you might meet and how terrific your life is going to be together and how much money he has, that a man is not a financial plan, and that in the event that something goes horribly wrong in your life and this wonderful young man gets hit by a bus, because even the best man on earth can get hit by a bus, you can end up alone, potentially with children, and nothing to fall back on. And I believe really strongly that it's important to find some way, no matter what your socioeconomic level is, to make sure that you can get a post-high school diploma education. In my own case, I knew that I didn't have the money to go for extra college, and so I took a job as a secretary at a college, and they had an education benefit which paid for my whole entire degree. At the time, it was totally tax-free, and so I have an undergraduate degree that I didn't have to pay for, and I still earned a living wage while I was doing that. I know that there are programs now that are designed just for making sure that women have scholarship money to go back to college if they're older and are returning from the workforce. There's programs for single women with children. There's just lots of different ways. Even if you just very, very slowly go and get some professional training in typing, and computers, while you're working full-time, it's a time commitment. It's hard to do. It is worth it. There's almost no way to go through life assuming that there's not going to be any crisis and that you will never be alone. People's families fall in hard times and can't support them when they're having a financial problem. Their friends aren't necessarily going to fork up enough money to help them live on. I've got a girlfriend who had married a wonderful young man. She has 3 children with him, and after he turned 30, he developed a bipolar condition. And it was a tragic situation. He became unable to work. She had never pursued her degree because she had children, and she's on her own, and her family can't support her, and she's got 3 kids, and she's probably going to go on welfare. And it's so unfortunate because when she had the time when he was around, she didn't see the need and didn't see how important it would be to try and get some kind of education beyond her high school diploma. And I believe in her case she only had a GED, which is considered less attractive than some kind of post-high school diploma, post-high school training. And I think it's something like 85% of women in the United States have a high school diploma, and then like another 22% of them after age 25 have already earned a bachelor's degree. And they say that on average you'll automatically earn an additional 16 to 25% more than anybody who has just a high school diploma if you have even 2 or 3 classes at the undergraduate level completed. Those are statistics that just cannot be ignored. Even if all you can do is over 5 years take 3 classes, if they're in something that's professional based like typing or computers or graphics, something that is current, I think that is just too important to pass up as information for how to live your life. Personally, I'm a perpetual student. I'll admit my own bias. I'm addicted. I stay in school as long as someone else will pay for it. I'm not putting any of my money into it. I work for a university myself, and they pay for my education, which is the way I like to keep it. But I do have friends who have made financial sacrifices, have canceled cable, and have canceled social events that they would have liked to attend or hobbies they would have liked to do just for a year or 2 to get some extra education to ensure that they've got the skills that they can fall back on in the event that all of their other plans fall through. It's a good idea to have an undergraduate degree or a certificate from a community college, even if your career path changes. You could become an accountant, and for some reason there's an influx of too many accountants in the United States, and accountants are being left off and laid off left and right, and it's good to have some other skill that's generic to fall back on so you can actually change your career if you need to. And women have a harder time than men ensuring that they earn a higher salary. I believe that for men, having a college education or having post-high school education earns them an appreciably higher percentage salary than it does for women, which just tells me that it's even more crucial for a woman to make sure that she has that little competitive edge. I really just can't stress how important it is to look at your life not as something that's going to go along smoothly. You should look at yourself as being the best prepared to make sure that you can handle whatever bumps come along on the road, and education past the high school diploma is probably the best way to make sure that you can flex with any changes that come your way.